Back in Jacksonville, weather could be a factor today. There's wind and there's some rain in the forecast. The wind has picked up. There is the interim head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Mel Tucker, taking over from Jack Del Rio. This is Mel Tucker's second game as head coach. He is also the defensive coordinator and just trying to keep a positive attitude. Raheem Morris, his team won 10 games last season, 10-6, just missed making the playoffs. This season has been a disappointment. After starting 4-2, they've lost 6 in a row.
And what's amazing, Sam, is that they have an even younger team in 2011. 2010, they were very young. This year, they're even younger, so you can imagine some of the things that they're experiencing as a team right now.
The Jaguars will kick it off. Michael Spurlock, who's been inactive the last 4 games. That's Preston Parker, Parker, the deep man, on the reception and takes a knee. And Josh Freeman back in the lineup, leads his team out on the field. He suffered a shoulder injury last play of the game 2 weeks ago at Tennessee. Missed last week's game. Josh Johnson started, but Freeman practiced this week, said his throwing shoulder is just fine, and he's not worried about taking a hit.
Well, we're going to see, and we're going to
check out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on offense. We mentioned LeGarrette Blount. He's a big key and a big man. Kellen Winslow is the clutch receiver. Mike Williams, not as good as last year, but doing well. And the offensive line has been steady all season long.
That's the one veteran part of their team. They've been really steady, like you said, Sam. They're playing really good football right now.
Got the fullback, Eric Lorig, in. Off the play fake. Freeman, nobody open, in trouble. Gets away, there's a flag on the play. Freeman throws it out of bounds as he was outside the pocket. Might be a face mask on Lige Douzable, the defensive end.
Personal foul. Grabbing the face mask. Defense, number 69. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Lige Douzable starting at defensive end with the injuries that Jacksonville has had.
Douzable subbing in for Matt Roth as he gets the pass rush up the field. You're going to see him put out his left arm right there, pulling the face mask. Josh Freeman has really good mobility, and it's very important that they keep this guy in the pocket today.
Lige Douzable played a lot of defensive tackle. You mentioned Matt Roth, 3rd consecutive game he's missed with a concussion. He hopes to be back next week. From the 35 on first down. It's LeGarrette Blount. Gets up to the 39. He picks up 4 on the play. Darrell Smith in on the tackle. Check out the Jaguars on defense. Defense has been pretty good. They got roughed up last Monday night by San Diego. Jeremy Mincey leads in sacks. Paul Posluszny has come in as a free agent and been the key. Defensively in the secondary, Chris Przinski starts at strong safety with Dwight Lowry out. First NFL start for the rookie Przinski. On second down, it's Blount again. Short pickup, give him 2 on the play. Up to the 41-yard line. Russell Allen makes the tackle.
Tampa Bay talked about starting fast, Sam, but look right here. Scored 3 points on the first possession this season. Certainly something they want to do today. With the Jacksonville offense struggling, putting points on the board early will force Jacksonville to do something they're not used to be doing.
3 wide receivers in for Tampa Bay. And they split the tight end Kellen Winslow out as well. Craig Lumpkin in the backfield. Everybody out. Freeman gets time and completes it for a first down to Preston Parker. Parker, one of the top receivers in the NFC on 3rd down receptions, makes the catch there and picks up 14.
Tampa Bay lines up in a stack split. Right there's Preston Parker. He's going to work on the nickel defender, Drew Coleman. Does a good job of getting leverage. Josh Freeman puts the ball where Parker can make the catch and turn upfield for the first down.
First down, Bucs at the Jaguars 45. LeGarrette Blount back in at running back. 2 tight ends in. Freeman going short is batted away. Almost almost intercepted by Russell Allen. Allen has moved in as a starter at linebacker again with the injuries that Jacksonville has had.
And here's Josh Freeman. He talked about it in our meetings. I must be patient, be very aware of my decision making. Against this cover 2 style of defense for Jacksonville, it is so imperative that you are patient because they will force you into some bad throws if you're not.
3 wide receivers in on 2nd and 10. They motion Aurelius Ben. They hand it off to Craig Lumpkin. And Lumpkin gets down to the 41 to pick up a 4 on the play. Bring up a 3rd and 6.
Here's Russell Allen punishing himself for not making the interception, getting a couple of push-ups in, getting a little chest work in, getting the blood pumping, Sam. That's what we need to do up here in the booth, huh?
Go to the sideline, give me 10. Wow. Better make that interception next time, Russell. Here's 3rd and 6. 3 wide receivers. Craig Lumpkin is the running back. Blitz coming. They pick it up. Freeman throws too high for Aurelius Ben. There's a flag on the play.
Before the snap, false start, offense, number 70, 5-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
So in essence, that play never happened because there was a pre-snap penalty on Donald Penn, the left tackle. Raheem Morris has been very upset with his team about taking bad penalties.
And it's those concentration penalties, those things you can control. That's what he's trying to enforce with his team.
Now it's 3rd and 11. Have to get to the 35 for a 1st down. Lumpkin stays in at running back. Freeman looks short to Lumpkin. And he gets down to the 36. He's about a yard short of the 1st down. Juan Landry, free safety, and on the stop. Let's see what the Bucs select to do here on 4th down. Josh Freeman stays on the field. They'll go for it on 4th and 1. With the wind a little too long on the field goal try. So the Bucs trying to keep the drive alive. Fullback Eric Lorig is in. LeGarrette Blount, the running back. And Freeman rolls and throws, and he's got Kellen Winslow. And he's down to the 7-yard line. Make it the 8. Freeman could have run for it, but he found Winslow in a good pass.
A really good design by offensive coordinator Greg Olson. Watch the route from Kellen Winslow. He's going to run a corner route. The reason this is effective, Jacksonville came in with a 4-4 style of defense. 2 safeties, only 1 corner. So as an offense, to throw the football against this look can be very effective. 1st down for the Buccaneers.
Picked up 28 on the play. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. 2 tight ends in, both to the right side. Ben motions. Off the play fake. Freeman throws short. Aurelius Ben inside the 5. Down to the goal line. And he's just short. Just short of the goal line. Chris Brzezinski brought him down. And it'll bring up a 2nd and goal for the Bucs. There's Chris Brzezinski, 4th round draft pick out of Wyoming.
69 is eligible.
As Ben comes over, he's going to fake the block with the play action, pop out on the screen, and almost make it into the end zone. You can see Tampa Bay using their play action game effectively.
DeMar Dotson, a tackle, number 69 is eligible. LeGarrette Blount to the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown. For the first time this season, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have scored a touchdown on their opening possession of the game.
Exactly what the Bucs talked about. We must light up this scoreboard early. Typical goal line play against goal line defense, just the lead ISO bringing the left guard around, and the big 6-foot, 250-pound monster punches it in for the touchdown.
Connor Barth for the extra point. Michael Kanan the holder. 80-yard opening drive for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 10 plays. The extra point is good. LeGarrette Blount with the touchdown from 1 yard out, and the Bucs have taken a 7-0 lead on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
Back in Jacksonville. Good start for the Bucs, and smile on the face of Josh Freeman. That was a good drive by the Bucs.
Very efficient. If I'm Josh Freeman, I go back and look at that one play that was a close interception. Look at that coverage. That's cover two. Cover two will force you sometimes to be patient and use your check downs.
Michael Kanan kicks it off. Strong leg. And Cecil Shorts brings it out from 6 yards deep. And he's tripped up. The ball pops loose. I believe it's down, and the referee Jerome Boger pointing to the ground. He was down on the play.
Ruling on the field as the runner was down by contact.
With an excellent tackle, getting down the field and tripping up Cecil Shorts. Shorts brought it out from deep in the end zone. Good tackle. His knee was down when the ball came out. Jags on offense when we come back.
Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Here we go.
Do not try that at home. And that's not Chad Pennington before the game either. That's Jackson DeVille, the Jaguars mascot. The Jaguars start from the 11. Blaine Gabbert handing it off to Maurice Jones-Drew. Solid run up to the 20-yard line. He picks up 9.
Let's go back to the big play in the previous possession by Tampa Bay. You're going to see here, look here, 1, 2, 3, 4 linebacker types for Jacksonville. Only 2 safeties, 9 in the box. This is why Kellen Winslow was able to squeak through on the corner route and make the big play on 4th down. That was the key to the drive.
28-yard pickup that helped set up the touchdown. Right now the Jaguars with Blaine Gabbert at quarterback. Motion Mike Thomas, the wide receiver. And Maurice Jones-Drew cuts it back and gets a first down with the 21-yard line. There is the rookie quarterback, 10th pick overall in this year's draft, Blaine Gabbert. We saw him in week 4 against the New Orleans Saints. That was his second NFL start. Have you seen progress?
I have seen progress. For a young quarterback, it's very difficult not to turn the ball over. Blaine Gabbert, only 7 interceptions. That's a nice foundation to work with.
First down for the Jaguars with the NFL's leading rusher in the backfield, Maurice Jones-Drew. Greg Jones with a good block. Drew bounces off and gets a few extra yards. Boy, this is a guy who picks up a lot of yardage after contact. The Jaguars on offense. Greg Jones, a real important man blocking. Mike Thomas, Jarrett Dillard, the wide receivers. The offensive line has had a lot of changes. Will Rackley, the rookie, starting at left guard. Guy Wimper has moved in as the starter at right tackle. On 2nd and 3. Blitz coming from Rondé Barber. A run blitz is a flag on the play. Barber made the tackle coming from the outside. The 15-year veteran still playing well for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And a true leader on the field for them. Jerome Boger is our referee as they check out the flag. A lengthy discussion here. And Geno Hayes likes it.
Illegal formation. Five-yard penalty. Replay. 2nd down.
Okay. We'll check out the Bucs on defense. The rookies, first-round draft pick Adrian Claiborne, Daquan Bowers, the second-round pick, start at the ends. Mason Foster's the third-round draft pick this year, starts at middle linebacker. Aqib Talib, the cornerback, is out for this game with a hamstring injury. Gabbert puts it up, and it's incomplete. Try to get it to his tight end, Mercedes Lewis.
Sam, Gabbert's going to have his chances today. Talking with Rondé Barber, this defense likes to play a lot of man coverage, so there's going to be some one-on-one opportunities, and Blaine Gabbert and his receivers must connect if they want to have success offensively.
There's Rondé. A 3rd and 8 for the Jaguars. We'll bring in 3 wide receivers. Montel Owens in the backfield. Gabbert feels pressure, throws too high. Again, try to go for Mercedes Lewis, who was covered by Rondé Barber. There was some pressure on Gabbert on that.
Gabbert under pressure, but here's what you like, Sam. Watch. No throwing off the back foot. Step in there, take the hit. He keeps doing that, he will find success, because that's what you have to do as an NFL quarterback. Stay in there, take the hit, and deliver the football.
One of the things he's been working on is trying to stay in under pressure. There's been a tendency to swing away. Nick Harris, on the punt. On the return, it's Preston Parker. And the ball comes loose. And the Jags look like they have it. They do. Parker fumbles on the return. And Morgan Trent, the defensive back, makes the recovery.
Exactly what the Jaguars wanted.
Recovered by the kicking team. First down.
Big hit by Montel Owens right there on Preston Parker. Knocks the ball out. We talked about it pregame. Explosive plays, big plays from all 3 phases. Special teams comes up with the first big play for the Jaguars.
That turns the field position around. Alert play by Morgan Trent.
As an offense, Sam, this is where you have to play complementary football. Your special teams did a great job getting you the football. Now you have to turn this opportunity into points.
Ball at the Bucs 38-yard line. Maurice Jones-Drew, there's a good hole there. Drew, in talking with him about leading the NFL in rushing, he talks about winning first, but he knows it would be a big thing for the team, and his teammates want him to win the rushing title this year.
Well, his offensive line is chomping at the bit because they know their season hasn't gone the way they would have liked. But if they can get Maurice Jones-Drew the rushing title, it will salvage some of the adversity they've been going through.
And already 4 carries, 23 yards. On 2nd and 5, it's Jones-Drew again. This time a short pickup. Time for our first update of the afternoon, and for that, let's go to Kurt Menefee. Kurt.
All right, Minnesota's had the ball twice, turned it over both times, and the Lions have turned them each into points. This one a 57-yard pass. Matthew Stafford to Titus Young. 14-0 Lions with their biggest first-quarter lead of the season. Sam and Chad.
Thanks, Kurt. Lions at 7 and 5, trying to get back on a winning track here as they battle for a wild card spot. Here's 3rd and 4 for the Jags. Pressure, and they sack. The ball comes loose. Jaguars have it back. But Adrian Claiborne, the first-round draft pick out of Iowa, with the sack.
Gabbert was looking to his left. I think the key is right here. Let's watch Rondé Barber. He gets the jam, and he gets up underneath Mike Thomas. Blaine Gabbert has nowhere to go. He was trying to work the corner out deep to Mike Thomas underneath. Really good coverage by Tampa Bay.
Those young defensive ends for the Buccaneers, they could be the foundation of a great defense. On the punt, Nick Harris. And this time Preston Parker waves for a fair catch and takes it at the 8-yard line. Blaine Gabbert sits down for a while.
Today's game is sponsored by the Ford F-150, the only truck available with EcoBoost. By K Jewelers, every kiss begins with K. And by Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side.
Back in Jacksonville, Blaine Gabbert with the knit cap on. And the man in the middle is the offensive coordinator, Dirk Cutter.
Gabbert really thrown into the situation early, Sam, and it is learning on the job for Blaine Gabbert.
You're right about that. Bucs start from the 8-yard line. Garrett Blunt cuts it back and gets up to the 11, a pickup of 3 on the play. C.J. Mosley, number 99, in on the tackle.
Keep to lead, trying to keep Preston Parker pumped up. And that's what teammates do. Looks like he's got some type of song or something going on there.
Hope that's not aggravating the hamstring. 3 wide receivers in. Michael Spurlock, number 81, in the slot. Empty backfield. Everybody out. Freeman throwing too high for Desmond Briscoe, who was well covered on the play. Briscoe, first-year man out of Kansas, very quick.
Well, I'm interested to see the matchups this week with the Tampa Bay receivers versus the Jaguars defensive backs. They were exploited a little bit against San Diego, and I know they want to come back and play really well today.
Craig Lumpkin in the backfield as Freeman works out of the shotgun. Have to get to the 18 for a first down. Pick up the blitz. Freeman throws for Briscoe, threw it behind him, and incomplete. Covered on the play by Ashton Ubodi, and it's 3 and out for the Bucs.
You can see Freeman right here looking at the coverage. Jaguars have a Mike nickel Sam blitz coming off the edge, and what he was trying to tell Briscoe after the play is, remember, I'm trying to throw that back shoulder throw. Be alert to that. With that tight man-to-man coverage, that back shoulder throw can be effective.
Mike Thomas deep to receive the punt from Michael Keenan. Low wobbly kick into the wind, didn't get much on it. Bounces to the sideline, out of bounds in Bucs territory at the 46-yard line. That was not a good series for the Bucs offensively. Josh Freeman upset with his receiver, Desmond Briscoe.
Welcome back to Jacksonville. Josh Freeman talked to us yesterday about the adversity this team has faced. This adversity has allowed him an opportunity to lead. Here he is talking to his receivers, reminding them about some of the adjustments they have to make during the game.
On first down, Gabbert goes to Mike Thomas. On the short toss, short pickup of about 2. Down to the 44-yard line, Tenard Jackson in on the stop for the Buccaneers. Jackson and Sean Jones, the safeties for the Bucs. Sean Jones was fined $20,000 by the league for his hit on Legadou Nane in last week's game against Carolina. 2nd and 8 for Blaine Gabbert and the Jags. Reese Jones drew not much there, maybe a yard down to the 43-yard line. Well, this January, Fox returns to the Octagon, Chad, with an incredible UFC Fight Night triple-header headlined by former light heavyweight champion Rashad Evans and undefeated Phil Davis, plus 2 explosive middleweight bouts. The UFC Fight Night on Fox triple-header live from Chicago, Saturday, January 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Here's 3rd and 7 for the Jaguars. Gabbert out of the shotgun. Everybody out. Gabbert being pressured, being chased, and throws it. It's intercepted. Rondé Barber with the interception. The veteran does it again. There was pressure on Blaine Gabbert. He threw on the run, and Barber there to make the interception.
This guy is savvy, Sam. He is so savvy. When I used to play against him, I always wanted to know where number 20 was on the field. He's really good in zone coverage.
3rd interception of the season, 43rd of his great career.
We have an interception.
The savvy vet, Rondé Barber. What's really interesting about this, you see the press coverage on the outside. It looks like man at first to Blaine Gabbert. Then what Tampa Bay does, they drop into zone. Watch Rondé Barber. He's just reading Blaine Gabbert's eyes, sees him look back into the middle of the field, takes the interception. And that's something that Blaine Gabbert has to understand, Sam, as you're rolling away, throwing back into the middle of the field late is very, very challenging and difficult for a quarterback to do, and it could be very risky.
Bucs start from their 48-yard line after the Rondé Barber interception. And this is Moses Madu, who got his first playing time last week, first extensive playing time. Rookie out of Oklahoma, undrafted free agent.
Number 99, C.J. Mosley. Gain of 6 yards, second down and 4.
Pickup of 6 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 4. LeGarrette Blount back in, and it's Blount finding a crease and a first down to the 38-yard line. LeGarrette Blount did not have a good game last week after 2 really good games against Green Bay and Tennessee.
And what Carolina was able to do last week was to get penetration. Watch LeGarrette Blount from the high end zone look here. There's no penetration from the Jacksonville defense. You get this big back rolling to the line of scrimmage without having to stop his feet, and then he starts to break tackles on the second level. That's where he's effective.
First down at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. Eric Lorig, the fullback. Off the play fake, Freeman setting up the screen to Lorig. Lorig with plenty of room. Down to the 20 inside, keeps rumbling down to the 16-yard line. Eric Lorig has not had a run from scrimmage as a fullback, but he's caught several passes, including that one, 22-yard pickup.
Very solid player in Eric Lorig. He allows the pass rush and Jeremy Mincy to come upfield, and watch Donald Penn, the big tackle, get a block on DeJuan Landry to spring Lorig for the big first down play.
First down for the Bucs at the 16-yard line. Lorig and Blount in the backfield. Blount to stop. Never got started at all. Great penetration by Leger Douzable to make the tackle for a 4-yard loss. And we've come to the end of the first quarter. Good start for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They took the opening kickoff and drove 80 yards for a touchdown. They have a 7-0 lead on the Jaguars into the first quarter. Sam Rose and Chad Pennington back in Jacksonville, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a 7-0 lead starting the second quarter. Only the 3rd time this season the Bucs have led at the end of the first quarter, and it's the biggest lead they've ever had this season at the end of the first. Craig Lumpkin in the backfield, fake handoff, Preston Parker. A couple of nice moves as he gets down to the 12-yard line. DeJuan Landry takes him down. First quarter numbers: -4 yards passing for the Jaguars, 105 yards total offense for Tampa Bay.
Well, and the 2 negative plays for the Jaguars offense, the sack and then the interception, that's been the difference, because in both instances they had the ball across the 50-yard line in Tampa Bay territory.
Have to get to the 6-yard line for a first down. 3rd and 7. 3 wide receivers. Freeman takes off. 10-5, touchdown. 13-yard touchdown run for Josh Freeman, his 3rd of the season.
Really nice recognition by Josh Freeman. He's going to look to the right-hand side. The Jaguars have a blitz coming off the left-hand side. He sees man coverage, but what he recognizes, no one in the middle accounting for him. It opened up like the Red Sea, and he takes it for the touchdown.
Connor Barth for the extra point. The interception by Rondé Barber gave the Bucs the ball, and Josh Freeman brought it home. 53-yard, 52-yard drive. He finishes it off with a 13-yard run.
Today's game is sponsored by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. By the Droid Razor, thin is no longer frail, only at Verizon. And by the 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Be ready, those t-shirts could be flying up here. Been a good start. Bucs wanted a good start. Their offensive coordinator right there is Greg Olson. Rondé Barber had the interception that turned it over in great field position for his team. Bucs with a 14-0 lead. Whoa, look at that kick. That's up into the second row of seats. Michael Kanan with a strong kickoff.
Pressure, but Mel Tucker talks about coordinated pass rush. On the inside, you've got to maintain your lane, not allow the quarterback to step up. That's exactly what happens with Josh Freeman. He steps up, takes it in for the touchdown.
All right, you're Jacksonville down. You're down by 2 touchdowns. How do you approach things here?
You've got to stay with your same approach, but you've got to get some positive yards on first down and keep the chains moving.
Gabbert wants to put it up on first down, and the pass is incomplete. Well covered by E.J. Biggers, who's starting in place of the injured Aqib Talib. Pass intended for Cecil Shorts.
Gabbert's pass incomplete, intended for Cecil Shorts.
This is just a bad feeling for an offense. You can't get any rhythm. Everything is really close, but it's just not happening for you. Right here, Shorts tries to bring the catch down. You see E.J. Biggers there does a great job, because without the force out rule, he can push the receiver out of bounds for an incompletion.
There's 2nd and 10. Maurice Jones-Drew cuts it back and gets about 7, maybe 8 on the play. Just give him 7 up to the 27-yard line. 7 carries, 32 yards for the NFL's leading rusher.
And Sam, this third down is huge for the Jaguars offense and for their team. Try to keep their defense off the field. This is a manageable situation. All of their other third downs have been 3rd and 8 plus, 3rd and 7 plus. Here we got to get a first down. The Jaguars really got to focus in here.
3 wide receivers. Colin Hardy, the tight end, shifting. It's Maurice Jones-Drew. He stopped in the backfield for a loss. Great play by Michael Bennett, who missed the last 2 games with an injury. Michael Bennett returns with a big defensive play.
It's all about penetration. The defensive line being able to penetrate the offensive line, and that's what happens here. Tampa Bay has men up into the line of scrimmage, and Michael Bennett darts through, makes the big play on Maurice Jones-Drew.
The one thing that we both got out of the talks with the players the last 2 days is that neither of these teams were jumping across was Eric Loring. And the flag goes down. Won't give the Jags a first down. Is that neither of these teams have given up. Their players want to play, are looking to play
infraction.
hard.
Defense, number 44. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
They haven't given up, Sam. You're exactly right. I was really surprised, as were you, at both of the teams and their attitudes. I mean, these guys want to win. They want to stay the course because they know that they've got to build on something for next year.
Nick Harris with his 3rd punt of the game. Into the wind, wobbly kick. Preston Parker takes it at the 32. Trying to swing wide, but they got him. And they bring him down after a short pickup. Greg Jones was there. So was Brock Boland in to make the stop. Michael Bennett happy with his tackle for a loss to stop the Jaguars. Fox tonight, an all-new Family Guy is going to deck your halls. Join Peter and the gang for a wild holiday adventure. 'Tis the season for laughter on an all-new Family Guy tonight at 9, 8 Central, followed by an all-new American Dad on Fox. Buccaneers start from the 33. Josh Freeman 6 for 10 for 88 yards and 1 rushing touchdown. LeGarrette Blount banging straight ahead, gets 4 yards on the play. Bucs have done a good job offensively thus far in the game.
They have. They've kept Josh Freeman clean in the passing game. They've
Number
been able
69
to.
is the eligible receiver. 69 is eligible.
They've been able to eliminate the penetration in the running game, and they've complemented their defense by scoring with that big turnover.
DeMar Dotson, an offensive lineman, is in and is eligible on the right side. It's a 3 tight end formation, and it's Blunt banging straight ahead, and that's a first down. How about that for power up front, straight ahead?
That's that snowball rolling down the hill. You get that guy going, he is hard to stop. Josh Freeman, what I like about this guy, remember, Sam, 3rd year, but only 23 years old. This is a young guy. He's learning. He's taking a leadership role, and he's doing a really good job. I really like his demeanor. He doesn't get too high. He doesn't get too low. The Bucs have a really good quarterback in Josh Freeman.
And you talked about it earlier, you touched on it, that even though it's been a struggle for him this season, and while he's had that injury last week, he's really stepping into and growing into the leadership role. Freeman takes off, and it's brought down. It's a loss on the play. Tyson Alualu and Paul Posluszny combined for the stop.
And if Jacksonville wants to get back in this game, they've got to be able to play their cover 2 defense with only a 7-man front, put pressure on Josh Freeman with only a 4-man rush. Mel Tucker talked about that, only getting rushed with 4 men so he doesn't have to call pressures and put one-on-one coverage on his DBs who have faced a lot of injuries.
2nd and 12 for the Bucs. Garrett Blunt in the backfield. Kellen Winslow motions. Freeman goes screen pass to Blunt. Blunt weaves his way up close to midfield. He's stopped at the 49. The Jags think that the ball came out. No signal from the official.
The rule on the field is that we had a fumble recovered by the offense. 3rd down.
Bucs recover the loose ball after a pickup of 6 on the play.
Look in the scrum here. Ball does come out. Really good job by the defense trying to strip that ball. It looks like Zuta must have come back up with the ball for Tampa Bay right there.
Zuta, the left guard. 3rd and 5 for the Bucs. Blitz coming. Freeman was hit as he throws, and the pass low, intended for Kellen Winslow. Time for an update. Let's get that from Kurt Menefee.
And it's already a record-setting day for the Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski. This reception, his 14th receiving touchdown of the year, a brand new single-season record for a tight end in the NFL. I think he realized it after he spiked when he got that ball. They lead it 14-10 in our nation's capital. Sam and Chad.
Thank you, Kurt. Gronkowski has been something special this year for New England.
These tight ends in this league nowadays, I mean, they're hybrid tight ends, and they do such a great job in the passing game, create so many matchup issues.
Michael Kanan with the long punt, trying to put it in the corner, and the punt goes into the end zone for the touchback.
Josh Freeman takes a big hit right there, Sam. We'll keep an eye on that. Tampa up 14.
Today's game is sponsored by Visa. More fans go with Visa.
Jaguars start from the 20. Josh Freeman seemed to wince in pain a little bit when he took that last hit. Jaguars have had 3 3-and-outs in the game, and this is Maurice Jones-Drew with a good run up across the 30 for the 33-yard line, pickup of 13 on the play.
You're going to find Darryl Smith, number 52, coming off the left side. Right there he is, and this is the one hit that Freeman probably can't take, right there on the top of his right shoulder, AC joint. That's a tough injury. When you injure your livelihood, which is your right shoulder as a quarterback, it is really tough to deal with.
Maurice Jones-Drew with 9 carries for 42 yards. Takes it again and gets up maybe a yard on the play. Brian Price in on the step.
No gain. 2nd down and 10.
Jaguars have been an injured team all season long. They have put 25 players on injured reserve at some time this season.
It's quite remarkable how many injuries they've dealt with, and to have 25 is unheard of.
Off the play fake, Gabbert goes outside and completes it to Dillard. Jaguars took a blow to the head, and he's out for the remainder of the game. So Mel Tucker, the interim head coach, has to deal with keeping his guys up while all these players are falling down injured.
And imagine how Blaine Gabbert feels. You've got a young quarterback, and guys are just falling all around you. You're trying to do what you need to do to help your team win, and even now your best receiver is down.
Jaguars 0 for 4 on third down conversions in the game. This is 3rd and 3. Everybody out. Gabbert's pass blocked up in the air, bounces incomplete. Big play. Daquan Bowers had a chance for the interception.
4th down and 3.
Bowers, the other rookie defensive end, 2nd-round draft pick.
They moved Bowers inside to the defensive tackle position, and there he does a great job. A defensive lineman not getting a great pass rush, so what does he do? Stands up and tries to block the pass. Really nice play by Bowers.
And another punt for Nick Harris, his 4th of the game. Preston Parker from the 20. He's hit, the ball's loose, and it is picked up and brought in for a touchdown by Colin Clardy. Colin Clardy was signed on Thursday, and he scores a touchdown on Sunday.
And Maurice Jones-Drew says the NFL a business of opportunity. Great hit by the Pro Bowler Montel Owens. Brock Bolin finishes Preston Parker off. Clardy picks up the fumble and scores. Another big play by the Jaguars special teams. And this is what team football is all about. You have an offense struggling, a defense struggling. Special teams comes up with 2 really big plays.
And Montel Owens has forced both fumbles with huge hits. Hardy accepting the congratulations. He's a first-year man out of Brown University. Not many Brown University graduates playing in the NFL, but Colin Clardy is, and he scored a touchdown for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Look at Montel Owens, big hit. There's the fumble, recovery for a touchdown. Preston Parker is on the sideline on this kickoff, and Michael Spurlock will receive. There's Montel Owens. He likes to get down and hit people, and he's been effective. A line drive kickoff goes through the end zone for a touchback. We want to go to the studio and bring in Mike Pereira. Mike, explain that last play on the punt and the ability of the kicking team to advance the football.
Hey Sam, we got a lot of questions about that here in the command center, but here's the deal. It was not a muff. Kickers cannot advance a muff kick, but they can advance a fumble. And since they ruled that the receiver had gotten possession and then was hit afterwards and fumbled, then that's one that the kicking team can advance. By the way, it's not reviewable in replay whether or not it was a fumble or a muff. That's not reviewable.
Thanks, Mike. Good explanation. We appreciate it. LeGarrette Blount. Boy, he finds little creases, and a good run by Blount. Up to the 28, he picks up 8 on the play. Interesting little thing. The ruling was fumble, not muff. Had it been a muff punt, you can't advance it. With the fumble, they were able to pick it up and run it in for a touchdown. And that gives Jacksonville some life in this game. For Preston Parker, 2 fumbles. And for Colin Clardy, what a moment. His first game with the Jacksonville Jaguars, scoring a touchdown. LeGarrette Blount again. He's got a first down across the 30-yard line, picking up a couple. LeGarrette Blount now with 10 carries, 37 yards.
at the 31-yard line.
Even though it's a 3.7-yard average there, it's been very effective because they came out with the play-action game, got that rolling, and now they have LeGarrette Blount picking up some positive yards. So we've got to really pay attention to this looking ahead to see if he's able to wear down this Jacksonville defense.
From the 31. Off the play fake. Freeman wants to go long. Throws, and it's complete to Mike Williams. He's got a first down up at midfield. Ashton Ubodi with a stop, a pickup of 19. Mike Williams got off to a bit of a slow start this season, but the last 3 or 4 weeks, he's gotten his game back.
They like how he's coming along. Watch Mike Williams here. He's going to work the deep crossing route. Jacksonville has a lot of guys in coverage, but Mike Williams does a really good job of flattening his route off, finding the zone hole in the cover 2 defense, and getting the completion.
Leads the Bucs with 58 receptions. First down at midfield. Blount cutting it back, breaks a tackle, and gets down to the 43-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the play.
Something that's really interesting, Sam, when LeGarrette Blount gets through the line of scrimmage, I don't think he's been taken down by one tackler by himself yet. Now, if you get penetration early in the backfield, you can get him down, but once he gets rolling, he is so hard to tackle beyond the line of scrimmage.
And for a guy who's a big man, as you pointed out, 250-pound monster, as you called him, he's shifty in the holes. He got little moves in the hole, and he's able to find the crease and turn it into a good game. Freeman going deep for Mike Williams, and he almost made a great one-handed catch. Covered by Kevin Rutland on the play. The rookie out of Missouri did a good job of staying with Williams.
Really close. Nice recognition by Freeman on the one-on-one coverage. Puts the ball out, drops it right into the breadbasket, and Mike Williams just not able to get his right hand through to make the two-handed grab.
Bucs 2 for 5 on third down conversions in the game. Freeman works out of the shotgun. Craig Lumpkin is the running back. Everybody out. Freeman being rushed. He gets away, and he throws it away. Big pressure by Jeremy Mincy, who almost had the sack.
Well, and here's why the pass rush is so important. You see the bunch look by Tampa Bay. They get the pressure right there by Jeremy Mincy. And you're going to see Desmond Briscoe is actually coming open against the man coverage, but the pass rush gets there too early.
They're going to rule intentional grounding on the play, that he didn't get outside the pocket.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 5. The quarterback was under duress, and there was no receiver in the area. Spot a foul, loss of down, 4th down.
So Freeman, who thought he could throw it and throw it away.
Well, it's not even that he's in the pocket. If he has a receiver out here on the sideline, this would be okay. It would not be intentional grounding because the receiver is in the area on the sideline. He can throw it over his head. But because there's no receiver out there on the sideline, they were all inside the numbers, then that's where the intentional grounding came in.
Michael Kanan for his 3rd punt of the game. Garrett Dillard is back deep at his own 10-yard line, but Mike Thomas out injured. Dillard waves for a fair catch and takes it at the 22-yard line.
Dillard's third catch at the 23-yard line for the 10 yards.
Here in Jacksonville, the Buccaneers with a good start offensively, but a big special teams play has kept the life for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They've got to build off of that.
Absolutely, and this is why I love football. It's a team game. Offensively, defensively, Jacksonville has been struggling a little bit, and special teams comes in with the big play to keep this game close early.
What about Blaine Gabbert? He needs to do some more. He hasn't been sharp.
You know, they're struggling a little bit. He hasn't been sharp, but let's give him a little bit more here and see if he can get into a rhythm.
Starting from the 23, Gabbert 2 for 7 for 9 yards. Off the play fake. Nobody open. He goes short. It's juggled. And Kasim Osgood able to come down with it at the 25-yard line.
Blaine Gabbert's pass is complete.
This is the type of day it's been for Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah, and it's tough. You know, he does stand in there, take a hit. He's just not seeing the results yet. And results breed confidence in a quarterback. Facing a savvy vet in Barber there on the interception. He just needs to see a little bit of success, and Blaine Gabbert will be fine.
On second down, that pass is caught. Good grab by Jarrett Dillard. And he's got a first down, a pickup of 11.
And see, this is all Blaine Gabbert here. He has a run play called. They're using Dillard on the quick slant route right there in case they have problems in the running game with numbers. Gabbert recognizes it, pops up, hits Dillard for a nice play. This is the type of progression and improvement that Dirk Cutter wants to see, and that's a nice play by Blaine Gabbert.
A first down for the Jaguars at the 36. Short drop by Gabbert, wants to go deep, and he's got it in. It's Mercedes Lewis. And he's fighting off the tacklers and gets down to the 2-yard line. Sean Jones and E.J. Biggers finally brought him down, a 62-yard gain.
Lewis comes right here in motion. And watch Gabbert here. He's going to look to the left-hand side. What he's going to do, he's going to make the fake to the left-hand side, and then Mercedes Lewis takes the middle of the field. A strike by Blaine Gabbert. He stands in the pocket. What I really like, this is his number 2 option. His number 1 option wasn't there. He stands in the pocket, takes the hit. Big play by Gabbert and Lewis.
Longest reception of the season for Mercedes Lewis. First and goal. Maurice Jones-Drew to the goal line. Flags are down. Jones-Drew getting inside the 1, but now we check out the flags.
Defense, 12 men on the field. Half the distance to the goal. Replay, first down.
Well, the Bucs trying to do it with extra people on the field.
Watch Gabbert as he stands in here, makes this throw.
Number 78 is eligible. Number 78.
Keeps Mercedes Lewis in stride. That's a big-time throw for Blaine Gabbert. That's the type of success you need to build confidence.
Cameron Bradford is eligible. Maurice Jones-Drew carries. He's in. Touchdown. Sixth rushing touchdown of the season for Maurice Jones-Drew. And that is number 70 in the career for Maurice Jones-Drew, tying the franchise record.
And we have a ball game now, Sam. Tampa Bay came out storming to a 14-0 lead, and Jacksonville answers with a big special teams play, and now a big play from its offense, being able to answer and try to tie this ball game up.
Mel Tucker keeping his guys in it after falling behind by 2 touchdowns. Josh Scobie with the extra point. And the Jaguars have come back to tie this game.
Big plays allow an offense to breathe. This whole drive is predicated on this big play, the big throw from Gabbert to Lewis. Really nice recognition from Gabbert. Mercedes Lewis remains a runner here, and then with the touchdown you get the collapse of the defensive line to the left-hand side, and Jones-Drew, you can't bring him down with 1 man.
And during this losing streak for the Buccaneers, what's hurt them the most? The big plays. They have given up big plays, and there it was again.
31st in the league with 20-plus yard plays. They play really good defense. Dirk Cutter said it. You watch the film, you don't think they're the 30th ranked defense in the league, but they're the explosive play. That's what happens. They play really good defense, keep the offense in check, and then all of a sudden that explosive play ruins the drive.
4 plays, 77 yards. The big play, the 62-yard completion from Blaine Gabbert to Mercedes Lewis. Josh Scobie to kick it off. And this time Michael Spurlock is back deep. Spurlock has been inactive for the last 4 games. Sammy Stroughter is inactive today. Spurlock was the regular kickoff return man last season. Preston Parker has had 2 fumbles on punt returns. And for the team, kicked by Scobie. Spurlock has trouble handling it and takes a knee. So now momentum going to the Jacksonville side.
And it's a reflection upon Mel Tucker. He talks about love of the game. He talks about discipline. And you must be disciplined when you're down 14-0 and be patient trying to come back and get into this game. That's exactly what his team has done.
Well, this is an audition for Mel Tucker, who was the defensive coordinator, still is. 3 seasons with the Jaguars. Coached with the Browns, was defensive coordinator for 1 season under Romeo Crennel. Here's Mike Williams. Flag on the play. Williams gets up to the 27-yard line. Juan Landry and on the stop. We'll check out the flag.
I think it's going to be a hold by the wide receiver on the screen.
It'll be against the Bucs.
Holding. Offense, number 87. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first time.
Preston Parker is having a bad day.
When it rains, it pours.
This is the 2-minute warning.
Raheem Morris checking the scoreboard, checking a look at that last play. The game is all tied as Maurice Jones-Drew scored the last touchdown. Coming up, the Visa halftime report. Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy, they've got it all. Analysis, highlights, they'll check it out. Stay with us for the Visa halftime report. Out of the shotgun, Josh Freeman. Pressure from Mincy, and they got him. The ball's loose, and it's a touchdown for the Jaguars. Freeman fumbled the ball, and it looks like Nate Collins recovered for the touchdown. Darrell Smith was in there. I believe Nate Collins gets the touchdown. And the Jaguars have turned this game around.
What a change of events. A great job by the Jaguars team. Not panicking early, down by 14. Stepping up, making big plays. There's 3 big plays by each phase. 1 by the special teams, 1 by the offense, now 1 by the defense.
The extra point by Josh Scobie is good. And the Jaguars have the lead with 3 straight touchdowns, 21-14.
Jeremy Mincy comes off, beats Donald Penn, gets the initial pressure. Darrell Smith finishes the quarterback off, and then Nate Collins gets the recovery for the touchdown. Big play for the Jacksonville defense. And like we said, they must have a big play in all 3 phases, and they've gotten that already in the first half.
Darrell Smith, the veteran linebacker, with a forced fumble. And then the recovery by Nate Collins as he holds onto that football for the souvenir. What about Josh Freeman and protecting the football deep in his own territory?
Well, here's where the leadership comes in, and you're right, deep in your territory, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. If nothing's there, just take the sack. Don't have the big explosive play for the opponent. But here's where his leadership comes in. Here's where his offense is going to look him in the eyes in the huddle and see if his confidence is shaken, or is he going to come out like a confident quarterback and lead them back down the field. 1:53 left, 3 timeouts. This is a really big drive for the Buccaneers offense and their team. It's a young team, but a drive right here for a field goal or a touchdown erases those bad memories moving into halftime.
Michael Spurlock is deep. The wind is picked up and earlier blew the ball off the tee. Here's Scobie's kick. Spurlock watches it bounce. He takes it on a hop and takes a knee. So now the Bucs will start from the 20-yard line, trailing for the first time of the game. They took the opening kickoff and went 80 yards for a touchdown, their first touchdown on an opening possession this season. And they had a 14-0 lead. And things turned around on the fumble by Preston Parker on the punt. The punt return. And the Jags have followed it up with an offensive touchdown and then a defensive touchdown. Craig Lumpkin in the backfield with Freeman. 3 wide receivers, everybody out. The pass complete to Kellen Winslow. And Winslow up close to the first down line. They give them the spot, and it is a first down. No huddle offense for the Bucs.
2-minute offense. Going to watch Freeman work his signals here. He's going to be taking the signals to the receiver, calling out the protection calls for the offensive line. Has plenty of time, 3 timeouts.
Sorry for the interruption, Chad. Everybody out, and that pass complete again for about 6 on the play. That time to Desmond Briscoe, the first-year receiver out of Kansas.
First charge, timeout, Tampa Bay.
Bucs use a timeout.
30-second timeout.
Kellen Winslow has caught passes now in 89 consecutive games. And Josh Freeman to the sideline. The head coach is there, Raheem Morris. Jeff Fain, the veteran center, along with Josh Freeman.
What you're thinking about here, Sam, as a quarterback, if we don't get this first down on second down, what is my third down call? Is it a draw? Is it a zone play? Or is it a quick game type of pass play to get the first down and hopefully get out of bounds?
2nd and 4 at the 36. Pressure from the outside. Freeman on the move, throws too high. Looked like he was throwing it away. Closest one to it was Kellen Winslow.
Josh Freeman's pass is incomplete, intended for Kellen Winslow.
Pressure from the outside by George Selvey, the defensive end. Jaguars have picked up their pressure on Freeman.
They really have, and it's come from the edge. And then the inside pressure has done a good job of not allowing Freeman to step up in the pocket, similar to the touchdown run. He's had to move lateral instead of being able to step up.
3 wide receivers. Jaguars showing blitz. Kellen Winslow in the slot. The blitz coming. Freeman gets rid of it. And the pass is intercepted. Intercepted by Ashton Ubodi. Intended for Mike Williams. Another Buccaneers turnover.
Look at the coverage up top. Ashton Ubodi right there. Nice coverage, staying high, and then he plays the back shoulder throw. The one mistake there by Josh Freeman, he allows the ball to be inside. If he keeps the ball outside, Mike Williams has the chance. Ubodi doesn't. The ball comes inside, and Ashton is able to make the play.
And now it's the Jaguars with a chance to add to their lead. They have all 3 timeouts remaining with 1:02 to go, and they are in Buccaneers territory. Gabbert works out of the shotgun. Everybody out. Pump fake. Goes short and completes it to Jared Dillard, who steps out of bounds at the Bucs 42-yard line.
Look at the difference in Gabbert right there. He works his down the field progression, doesn't like it. Instead of panicking, he comes back down to his underneath route, is able to get out of bounds. 2nd short now. This is a really good job by Gabbert. It's amazing what confidence does for a quarterback.
And Gabbert said everything was clicking in the 2nd quarter against San Diego last Monday night when they scored 2 touchdowns. And here, things are going right by the turnovers. That pass a little too high. Pressure on the blitz from Rondé Barber. Pass intended for Chaston West.
This is a wide receiver screen, and look if this ball is completed. Look at the linemen coming out. You have no one. Both of the Tampa Bay defenders are outside of the numbers. There's a nice crease for Chasten West to be able to make a big play.
3rd and 3 for the Jaguars. Gabbert gets rid of it quickly. Maurice Jones-Drew juggles but holds on, and he's got a first down at the Bucs 34. He had 91 yards receiving on Monday night against San Diego.
Well, and this is why this guy is really good. Gabbert recognizes that Jones-Drew is free in the flat. He hits him on his back hip, a really tough catch for a receiver, but that is sure hands by Jones-Drew.
Jaguars with the lead and threatening to add to it. Maurice Jones-Drew gets away with room to run. It's a flag down. It's a good run down to the 21, but the flag is down at the line of scrimmage, and we'll check it out.
Holding, offense, number 63, 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Called on the center, Brad Meester, negates a good run, and we'll move the Jaguars back to the 44-yard line.
40 seconds, 3 timeouts. If I'm Blaine Gabbert, I've got to think field goal now. Let's have some positive plays and get into field goal range. The first down is not as important as getting these positive yards.
Again out of the shotgun, Gabbert throws and completes it to Kasim Osgood. Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Pickup of 13 on the play. Blaine Gabbert had 2 yards passing in the first quarter. He's had 110 yards passing here in the second quarter.
He's been able to settle down that big play. A lot of the times a big pass play just energizes your team and gives the quarterback confidence, and he starts to see things clearly.
On 2nd and 11. It's Brock Bowen, the fullback, down to the 23-yard line, and a timeout used by Jacksonville. So there's a bit of a surprise running the fullback, Brock Bowen.
Gain of 9 yards in the previous play. Good for another Jackson.
And we've talked about
big plays.
Exactly, Sam. We've talked about big plays in every phase. Special team scores a touchdown. Offense scores a touchdown after a big pass play by Blaine Gabbert. And now defense gets the sack, fumble, and a touchdown by the defense. That is complimentary football at its finest. Mel Tucker fired up, ready to go.
Now the big play by the offense was the 62-yard pass to Mercedes Lewis. That last run for Brock Bowen was only his 3rd of the season. Jaguars have scored 21 unanswered points here and threatening for more. Gabbert completes it to Chasten West, who's out of bounds at the 11-yard line. First down for the Jaguars. Now Gabbert looking sharp with his throws.
His decision-making is really crisp. He recognizes one-on-one coverage to the right-hand side, fires the ball out on the out route, gets the first down, and the clock stopped.
Gabbert, who was 2 for 7, has now hit 7 of his last 8. And the Jaguars with a first down at the Bucs 11-yard line. Jaguars with 2 timeouts remaining. Gabbert short drop, the pump fake, and the throw is incomplete. Nobody there. He was looking for Kasim Osgood to go deep, but Osgood stopped his route and turned, and the pass went flying by him.
He's watching Osgood, and I think what happens, he feels the underneath coverage right there and feels that it's too tight and makes a good decision. Throws the ball away. Live to see another down. It's 2nd down, 19 seconds left. I still have 2 timeouts. Don't force it.
Maurice Jones-Drew in the backfield. Takes the screen pass with a blocker. Cuts inside at the 5. And that's where they'll mark the forward progress. And a timeout used by Jacksonville.
Timeout, Jacksonville. This is their 2nd. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
It'll be a 3rd and 4 for the Jaguars at the 5-yard line. Stay tuned at halftime. It's the Visa Halftime Report. The guys in the studio, Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy, standing by with highlights, analysis, checking out all the scores around the league. Some interesting scores, like Carolina leading Atlanta 23-7 at halftime, and Washington leading New England 20-17 approaching halftime. We'll be checking them out. Your Miami team is trailing Philadelphia. Sorry for the bad news on that one. Here's 3rd and 4. Gabbert, everybody out. He's got time. Maurice Jones threw at the goal line. He got in. Touchdown. It's a 5-yard touchdown pass. Maurice Jones-Drew's 2nd receiving touchdown of the season.
Watch Blaine Gabbert's eyes. He looks at the play clock, makes sure he's okay. As he's reading through, he sees Maurice Jones-Drew out in the flat, and look at the power from Jones-Drew being able to put that ball over the pylon. Right there, he sees E.J. Biggers get up underneath the Mercedes Lewis. That allows him to make the throw to Jones-Drew.
As always, they have checked out the scoring plays upstairs. The touchdown is good. The extra point by Josh Scobie is good. The Jacksonville Jaguars, after trailing 14-0, have scored 28 straight points and lead it 28-14. And once again, turnovers have hurt the Tampa Bay Buccaneers badly.
And that's been the Achilles heel, explosive plays and turnovers. And right here, the reason it's a touchdown, that when you touch the ball on the cone with the ball, that's a touchdown. That goal line extends all the way through. Really nice job and awareness by Jones-Drew right there.
The Jaguars have scored 3 touchdowns after turnovers, and there is a franchise record for Maurice Jones-Drew. He has 2 touchdowns in this game, giving him 71 career touchdowns. He has surpassed the record previously held by Fred Taylor, the great Fred Taylor, who had scored 70. And a great afternoon for the NFL's leading rusher, and who's a pretty good receiver as well, Maurice Jones-Drew.
And you can see how important he is to this team. Dirk Cutter talks about he's our #1 competitor.
Michael Spurlock, 7 yards deep, will take a knee. Bucs need to get to the locker room and regroup. Maurice Jones-Drew rushing, 11 carries, 43 yards, and a touchdown. And receiving, 3 catches, 19 yards, and a touchdown. What a turnaround in this game. See the total yards dominated in the first quarter by the Bucs, dominated here in the second quarter by the Jags. 4 touchdowns in a little over 7.5 minutes for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They forced turnovers and they capitalized on the turnovers. We're at halftime. Jacksonville leads Tampa Bay 28-14. Now let's go to the studio to Kurt Menefee. Back here in Jacksonville, Sam Rosen, Chad Pennington getting set to start the third quarter. And the game totally turning around the second quarter. Started with a turnover led by special teams, and the Jaguars fed off of that the rest of the way.
It was a feeding frenzy. The special teams really started it. The defense said, hey, let us get in the mix. And then the offense said, we want to be in this mix too.
Right.
And all 3 phases complemented each other.
I thought what was very impressive, Chad, was Blaine Gabbert and how his confidence grew and how better he was throwing the ball in the second quarter than he was at the first quarter.
All it takes is one play to where you see some success, you get a nice throw, you feel good about yourself, your offense starts to feed off of you and your own him confidence, and the sky is the limit for this guy. I'm telling you, as long as Jacksonville is patient with this guy, he has the talent. He can be a really good quarterback in this league.
Now, what about the Buccaneers? They got off to the good start they wanted, and then the turnovers. They had 4 turnovers in that second quarter that changed the game.
Well, it's a true test of character and willpower now. They start off really good, and now they have the turnovers along with the explosive plays. Back to the same old, same old. It's not about plays right now for Tampa Bay. It's about, well, we have the willpower to turn this around. We've shown ourselves that we can do this with our first 2 drives of the half. Can we do it in the second half?
Follow your favorite team all season long. Go to iTunes.com/NFL. Test of character for that young man, Josh Freeman. Right now, they're feeling good on the Jacksonville bench. The defense has come through with a solid effort in the second quarter. And the Jaguars will receive the kickoff. DeJuan Harris is back deep. Mike Thomas, normally one of the key return men, is out with an injury. Injuries have been hurting the Jaguars all season long. That kick, Harris trying to run it down and takes a knee. We'll take a look at the numbers in the first half. And after a terrible start, things picked up for Blaine Gabbert and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And right there, Sam, 4 turnovers by Tampa Bay, 21 points off of those turnovers. You just can't survive when you turn the ball over that many times.
Time of possession edge to Tampa Bay, but the turnovers very costly, with Jacksonville cashing in for 21 points off turnovers from the 20. Maurice Jones-Drew had a good first half. Good run to start the second half. Give him 6 on the play. 49 yards on 12 carries for the man who came into the game with 1,137 yards rushing to lead the NFL. And his offensive line would like nothing more than to see him win the rushing title this season. Short drop. Gabbert's throw is complete to Kasim Osgood, and he's got a first down up close to the 35-yard line. Pickup of 9 on the play. Gabbert's throws just seem so much sharper.
Well, it's because of his decision making. For instance, right there, he recognizes the free safety coming down into the box. They can't run the weak side zone play into that unblocked free safety. He pops up, hits his flanker receiver on a quick slant, and takes care of the problem.
10 for his last 12 is Blaine Gabbert. Maurice Jones-Drew cuts it back. It's through the hole. Good run up to the 42-yard line. How about Blaine Gabbert's day and what it's been like for him?
Well, it started rough. I mean, he takes a shot early. He can't find any rhythm. Throws it to Rondé Barber across the middle of the field. And then the big play. That's what it was about, the big play. Gets a touchdown under his belt. NJD in for the touchdown. You can see the confidence. He's having fun. He's enjoying the experience.
The rookie out of Missouri, the first-round draft pick. Maurice Jones-Drew, flag on the play, behind the play, as Drew looks like he got enough for the first down.
Holding, offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty, replay, second down.
Will Rackley, the rookie left guard out of Lehigh, called for the hold.
Will Rackley right there, left guard. And you should see the pull. He pulls him left and then takes him down, and that's the holding call right there.
Got a hold of John McCargo, the defensive tackle. Ball back to the 32. DeJuan Harris is in the backfield. Gabbert goes outside, completing it to Dillard. A short pickup. Tenard Jackson comes in for the tackle. The ball spotted at the 30-yard line.
This first drive for Jacksonville is a prime example of how one play, one penalty can stall the drive. You have the holding penalty. You had some good plays back-to-back, and the holding penalty backs you up. Now let's see the evolution of Blaine Gabbert. On 3rd and long, more things bad can happen than good. Don't force the issue.
Actually, a loss of 2 on the last play. Have to get to the 45 for a first down. Empty backfield. Quick outside, Chaston West. And he's brought down at the 37 by Rondé Barber. And the Jaguars will be forced to punt. That holding penalty stopped the momentum of the Jaguars. What might have been a first down on the Maurice Jones-Drew run was called back for holding. The Jaguars defense getting ready. Here's Michael Spurlock back deep now to receive the punt. Nick Harris. Preston Parker fumbled twice on punt returns earlier from the 18. Spurlock trying to pick up a couple blocks. Going one way then the other, and is spun down. Back at the 19, Greg Jones with the tackle.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find their fares online only at southwest.com. By the all-new Volkswagen Passat 2012 Motor Trend Car of the Year. By Rise of the Planet of the Apes on Blu-ray and DVD in 2 days. And by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Here we go.
Back in Jacksonville, Buccaneers' first possession of the second half. Had a good start in the first half. And then turnovers really set them back. Here's Josh Freeman. First half 11 for 19, 130 yards. LeGarrette Blount breaking 1 tackle and shoved back as he got to the 25-yard line. A pickup of 5 on the play. LeGarrette Blount 12 carries, 49 yards.
Number 69 is an eligible receiver. 69 is eligible.
Last 5 times they had the ball. Couple of punts. Got the touchdown on the fumble. They gave up the touchdown on the fumble by Josh Freeman. Another offensive lineman, DeMar Dotson, in there. Some power blocking. And Blount gets 4 up to the 29-yard line. Bring up a 3rd and 1.
Stop by number 42.
What are your thoughts about the Tampa Bay offense, how to get back some of the momentum they had in the first half?
Positive plays. This is a big first down conversion for them on 3rd down. It's about positive plays, getting some rhythm back, getting some momentum and confidence the same way the Jacksonville offense did. You've got to, results breed confidence. Freeman changing the play there. You saw him tap his helmet.
On 3rd and 1, Blount has the first down. And an important conversion, as Chad mentioned. Move the chains up to the 33-yard line.
Freeman comes up here. He's looking at the front. He sees that he needs to run the ball left, so he changes the play left. They probably called 2 plays in the huddle. Changes the play to the left-hand side. First down conversion for the Tampa Bay Bucs.
2 tight ends in. Off the play fake. Freeman steps up, throws short of his tip, and intercepted by Paul Posluszny. The 5th turnover of the game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, you wanted a big play by Posluszny, did you?
Exactly. Guess who it was? Paul Posluszny. They get the tip off of the Freeman pass. Posluszny comes back, makes a great athletic catch. Ball to Jacksonville. We are watching young quarterbacks today learn on the job. For Josh Freeman here, this is something I know his quarterback coach talks about. Keep your elbow up. He drops his elbow to throw the check down over the middle of the field and allows the ball to come out low and hits Russell Allen in the helmet. Posluszny able to make the interception off of it.
Jumping across was Albert Hainsworth. And the flags fly.
encroachment, defense, number 71 and 95. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Both Michael Bennett and Albert Hainsworth coming across too soon. 2 weeks ago at Tennessee, the Bucs were guilty of 5 turnovers. And here they are today with 5 turnovers. Now the Jags trying to cash in. Gabbert's pass is caught. Jared Dillard with a beautiful catch inside the 10 and down to the 5. He picked up 22.
Watch Jared Dillard run the post route. This is where practice shows up in the game. This play was practiced on Friday in the red zone. They run the same play. Gabbert makes the throw to Jared Dillard across the middle against the 2-safety defense of Tampa Bay.
First and goal for the Jaguars at the 5-yard line. Maurice Jones-Drew will try to cut it back, but he slipped and gets back to actually a loss of about a yard on the play. The second and goal for the Jaguars. That pass that Gabbert threw to Dillard was just real sharp again. He's really throwing with confidence.
And it starts in his footwork. He had a great base at the top of his drop. He threw the ball with accuracy and was very decisive in throwing the football.
Brock Boland is the fullback. Off the play fake, Gabbert to the end zone. It's intercepted. The Bucs turn it around on the interception by Mason Foster, the rookie middle linebacker. Big defensive play by Mason Foster. Gabbert tried to get it to Mercedes Lewis. Foster took it away. Second interception thrown by Blaine Gabbert. One in the first quarter, and for Mason Foster, the rookie middle linebacker, his first NFL interception. Now the Bucs start from the 20. LeGarrette Blount finds an opening, breaks a couple of tackles, carries some people, and is across the 40. They lost the football, and the Jaguars recover. Does anyone want to hold on to the football in this game? The Bucs with their 6th turnover of the game.
And what this is, Sam, it's a classic example of a guy just trying too hard. He makes a couple of really good moves, breaks some tackles, stiffs arms, and then Jacksonville does a really good job. Russell Allen right here of ripping the ball out. It's just a tough break. I mean, what a great run by LeGarrette Blount, but a heady play by Russell Allen.
Russell Allen's had a couple of good plays in this game. Jeremy Mincey with the fumble recovery. Six turnovers in the game for the Bucs. And their 4th fumble. And 2 by Preston Parker on punt returns. You have the 1 by Josh Freeman.
The rule on the field is that we have a fumble recovered by the defense. First down, Jacksonville. After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, Jacksonville, number 69, for diving back into the pile. After the 15-yard penalty, it'll still be first down, Jacksonville.
The personal foul on Leger Douzable, diving back into the pile. LeGarrette Blount on the sideline. Upset, no doubt, as the ball was ripped out of his hands by Russell Allen. After some consultation with his people upstairs, Raheem Morris has thrown the challenge flag and challenged the call, believing that LeGarrette Blount may have been down by contact here before the ball came loose.
Watch his left knee right there. His left knee is down, and I'm not so sure the ball is out yet, Sam. I think he's down by contact.
We're going to check in with Mike Pereira in the control center. Mike, what did you see?
Well, I'll tell you, I think, Chad, you know, the knee is down. You don't get a clear look at the ball. You can see it a bit, The interesting thing now, remember, there was a personal foul penalty called against Jacksonville. If they reverse this and give the ball back to Tampa Bay, there will still be the penalty added on. So it's an interesting play. But do you remember now, they ruled fumble, and here you get another shot to take a look at it here. Got to try to find exactly where the ball is when the knee is down. Don't see the ball there. There it pops out. Seems to me they've been staying with the calls on the field quite a bit, which I think is good. If there's any question of where is the ball at this point, you get that clear look of the ball.
That's my question, Mike, is there enough evidence to overturn the call on the field?
Listen, Sam, I'll tell you, the more I've been watching this, I like the fact that when they stay with the call on the field, if it's at all close, because then replay has done their job, even if they don't reverse.
All right, thanks, Mike. Raheem Morris waiting. Bucs are hoping it'll be in their favor. But right now, the Bucs, there we go.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. Tampa Bay is charged a timeout.
All right, again, I just don't think there was enough evidence there, visual evidence, to overturn it, Chad.
Totally agree, Sam, and that's exactly what I think, too. I think he did not feel like he had enough evidence, and I like what Mike Pereira is saying as far as trusting the officials with their initial call if there's not enough evidence.
So it is turnover number 6 for the Buccaneers, their 4th fumble of the game. And after the personal foul, Jacksonville at the 46-yard line of Tampa Bay. Maurice Jones-Drew looking for an opening. It's a small one, enough to pick up 3 yards on the carry. Jacksonville Jaguars with 3 wins on the season. Would like a strong finish. So with this man, Mel Tucker, the interim head coach, taking over from Jack Del Rio. If he has a strong finish, he'll certainly get serious consideration for the full-time head coaching job. On 2nd down, Maurice Jones-Drew stopped. That's a loss. Quincy Black, the outside linebacker, came up to make the stop.
Loss of 3 yards. 3rd down and 10.
Mel Tucker has made some little tweaks and things in the meetings, just trying to keep things a little light, but yet firm on discipline.
He is very disciplined. Practice tempo is a big emphasis for him. Field mechanics during practice to make it like a game. The little things matter.
On 3rd and 10, Gabbert out of the shotgun with Jones-Drew in the backfield. Now everybody out. Gabbert throwing deep for Kasim Osgood, and it's off his hand. He was well covered by E.J. Biggers.
One-on-one coverage here with E.J. Biggers and Kasim Osgood. Blaine Gabbert recognizes the one-on-one coverage and throws a nice ball actually where Osgood can get it or no one. But Biggers is right there. Tight coverage, tight NFL coverage right there.
So the Jaguars, unable to capitalize off the turnover, will punt it away. Harris. Michael Spurlock watches it go. He tried to keep it in the field of play. Good hustle by Morgan Trent, but it is a touchback. Trent got downfield trying to keep it in the field of play, but it wound up in the end zone. Back in Jacksonville. Get coverage of every NFL game on NFL Mobile. Call ** NFL now. Bucs start from the 20. Down by 14 after leading at one point by 14. Freeman takes off, and Russell Allen brings him down. Josh Freeman gets up to the 26. Pickup of 6 on the play. Well, once again, after all the changes of possession, the Bucs find themselves down 2 touchdowns, and again trying to find some offensive momentum.
They've dodged a couple of bullets, and really when you look at it, they're okay. They're only down 14. Get a little momentum going on this drive and things will be okay.
Freeman has 3 carries, 18 yards running the football. Here's LeGarrette Blount. Good cutback. He's got a first down. Here, he is tough to bring down. And earlier he was dragging people with him, and finally the ball was ripped loose for the fumble, but Blount gets a first down at the 32-yard line. Buccaneers were 3-1, then 4-2 to start the season, then went to London to play the Chicago Bears, and really haven't been the same since.
Never got off the plane, did they? That's what Rondé Barber said.
LeGarrette Blount powers straight ahead up to the 37-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play. Russell Allen with another tackle. Russell Allen, who stepped in to a starting role because of all the injuries, has done a nice job. Third-year man out of San Diego State. Ball up at the 38-yard line. 2nd and 5. Wind is picked up. It's raining lightly. Luke Stocker, the second tight end in motion. Freeman throwing for Winslow, and he threw it behind him, incomplete. There's a flag on the play as Freeman was knocked down.
Holding. Offense, number 27. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
Well, you can see the expression on the face of Raheem Morris. Another penalty by his Bucs. It's on the protector.
Exactly, and Tampa has a play-action play called here. LeGarrette Blount is responsible for Darryl Smith. That's a tough call, almost as if Darryl went down and LeGarrette went with him. Holding penalty. It's really tough to bounce back from a holding penalty. 2nd and 15. Let's see what Tampa Bay can do with it.
Ball back to the 28-yard line. Craig Lumpkin is in at running back. 3 wide receivers. And flags fly. Somebody moved on the line for the Bucs. Another penalty.
False start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
8th penalty of the game for Tampa Bay. Raheem Morris talks about his team needing to be smarter and not take penalties, and obviously the turnovers have hurt his team. But bad penalties have equally caused them problems. Lumpkin stays in the backfield. Have to get to the 43 for a first down. The chase is on, and Freeman out of the pocket, threw it at the feet of one of his linemen. Or try to get it close to Craig Lumpkin.
There's no intentional grounding. Running back number 28 was in the area of the pass.
The explanation by Jerome Boger.
They had a running back screen here. You see Craig Lumpkin trying to come out. And a nice job by Josh Freeman recognizing the screen wasn't there. He puts the ball into the ground. If he holds it anymore and then tries to throw it, you could have an illegal player down the field because linemen are trying to get down the field to make blocks.
Wind is really picked up. 3rd and 20 for the Bucs. Freeman gets time, steps up, and completes it to Mike Williams, but short of the first down. Up to the 38-yard line, and the Bucs will be forced to punt. Penalties hurting the Bucs on that series.
This young team is really being tested right now. You can see it in every phase. Their will and character is being tested.
Michael Kanan to punt. Jared Dillard is back deep. High snap. Kanan able to handle it. Dillard tries to get outside and does. There's a flag on the play behind Dillard on the return. Looks like a holding call.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 41. 10-yard penalty. Tampa Bay keeps the ball. Jacksonville keeps the ball. First down.
Tanakwasi Owusu-Ansah with the block in the back. The Jaguars go on offense when we come back. This February, NASCAR's best converge at the Daytona International Speedway for NASCAR's biggest race, the Daytona 500 on Fox, February 26th, the 54th running of the Daytona 500. Tony Stewart should be there. He won his third career Sprint Cup title. He'll be there.
Trevor Bayne, previous winner of the Daytona 500, Knoxville native. Can you imagine winning that race at 20 years old?
Pride of Knoxville? I thought that was you. Maurice Jones-Drew taken down.
He's on top now.
Adrian Claiborne and Daquan Bowers combine on the tackle. Look at Blaine Gabbert. Look at these young quarterbacks in the NFL who've gotten tremendous playing time. Blaine Gabbert, Cam Newton at Carolina. Carolina's leading Atlanta today. Christian Ponder in Minnesota. And Andy Dalton, what a great job he's done in Cincinnati. Cincinnati leading Houston this afternoon in the fourth quarter. Here's Gabbert off the play fake, being rushed. And he throws it away. Albert Hainsworth was chasing him. There's a flag back at the 6-yard line. Looks like a holding call. Albert Hainsworth coming over after being waived by the New England Patriots.
Holding. Offense, number 77. Half the distance to the goal. Replay, second down.
Uchiwaneri, the right guard, called for the hold.
We have a correction. That penalty is declined. Third down.
Okay. So the Bucs opt to decline the penalty with the ball back at the 13-yard line. Started to talk about Albert Hainsworth trying to find a spot where certainly he's been welcomed here by Raheem Morris, and they're trying to get the most out of him. He'll show occasional flashes. Gabbert in trouble. Flag on the play. And again, he throws it away. Brian Price with pressure on the quarterback, and it looked like Waneri held him.
Offense, number 77. That penalty is declined. Fourth down.
Back-to-back holds on Uchiwaneri. Good pressure up front by the Bucs.
Well, and this is exactly what the Bucs needed, a stop inside the 10-yard line or inside the 15-yard line. Good field position now. Field position is going to play a major role leading into this fourth quarter with the rain and the wind.
Rain falling, you can see that as Nick Harris gets set to punt it. Pressure on Harris. High kick. Spurlock waves for a fair catch. Wind got hold of it a little bit. The Bucs will have the ball at the 44-yard line after a 43-yard punt by Nick Harris. And we have another Jaguar player shaken up on the play. It's Kasim Osgood. Yet another injury for the Jaguars. Right now we have an update coming away. For that, let's go back to the studio to Kurt Menefee.
Well, the Saints are the highest scoring offense in the league, but they didn't have a touchdown through 3 quarters against Tennessee. They start early in the fourth with an easy one. Marcus Colston, 35-yard reception from Drew Brees. That puts them on top of Tennessee 16-10. By the way, Sam and Chad, Tennessee still playing with Jake Locker replacing the injured Matt Hasselbeck.
Wow. All right. Thanks, Kurt. Injuries have been a factor for the Jacksonville Jaguars all season long. Here, Kasim Osgood gets up gingerly on that left leg, but it seems like he'll be okay. Earlier, they lost Mike Thomas, a blow to the head. That took him out of the game. Cecil Shorts went out of the game early. Might have been a hamstring problem.
Poor Blaine Gabbert.
Wow.
That's 3 receivers being banged up with injuries. You can only imagine what he's thinking right now.
They brought in Taylor Price who was waived by New England early in the week, but he's down, inactive today. Here the Bucs, down by 2 touchdowns. Blunt never got back to the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars all over him, and Darryl Smith leading the way.
On the carrying tackle made by number 52, Darryl Smith.
Blunt's much more effective going straight ahead.
Second down, 17.
Well, what you're going to see is that Blunt is effective when that line of scrimmage is really clean. Right here you have penetration by the defensive line, and then Darryl Smith is able to come up and make the tackle. Once he gets started, he's very hard to take down, but if you get penetration behind the line of scrimmage, that's your best chance.
Ball back to the 37. 2nd and 15. Freeman being pressured. Steps away, gets rid of it, and it's broken up. Posluszny all over Kellen Winslow. Nobody open for Josh Freeman.
Effective coverage there. That's exactly what happened to the Tampa Bay Bucs offense. The offensive line does a really good job in pass protecting against a 4-man rush, but you're going to see there's not really a lot here. Up underneath the route here. Rutland taking care of the deep route. Nice coverage by the Jacksonville defense.
Rainy and windy here in Jacksonville now. As Josh Freeman works on 3rd and long. Have to get to the Jacksonville 47. A short pass complete to Lumpkin out of the backfield. He's up to the 45, way short of the first down. And the Bucs will be forced to punt. If you joined us late, first quarter of this game belonged to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They were up 14-0, and then the game turned around on turnovers, led by the special teams of Jacksonville. And the Jags scored 28 points in that second quarter and turned the game around.
And it was a tale of 2 quarters. You're right, Sam. 14 points by Tampa Bay, and then the turnovers started to happen, and the feeding frenzy began for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Low kick by Michael Kanan into the wind, and the ball settles to a stop at the 26-yard line. The Jaguars offense comes back on the field. Mel Tucker urging his team on. He's right through the elements. Jacksonville Jaguars, as we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, letting go their longtime coach Jack Del Rio. Good man, good coach, did a good job here. But they felt it was time for a change, and then right after, the same day, they announced the fact that the team was being sold.
A lot of things happening in Jacksonville for sure.
Illinois businessman taking over. Here's Gabbard on first down, throwing for Osgood. He just missed it. Good effort on the part of Kasim Osgood. There's a flag on the play.
Foul. Roughing the passer. Defense, number 94. Helmet to helmet contact on the quarterback. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Adrian Claiborne, helmet to helmet. And Gabbard going back here.
That's tough, but you have to lower your aiming point, your target point, especially against the passer. You have any contact on the head of the passer, it's going to be a personal foul.
The rookie Adrian Claiborne with the pressure and the hit and the personal foul, so it gives the Jaguars 15, and they're up to the 41-yard line. Jaguars in the middle of a tough schedule stretch. They played this past Monday night, playing this afternoon here at home, and then we'll be in Atlanta Thursday night. And the ball comes loose, but it looks like the Jaguars recovered.
3 games in 10 days is really tough for a team. It's about mental preparation, rest. You're not going to get a lot of physical work, and it's really going to test this young Jaguars team. They can get a win today that really helps in their mental psyche.
Ball spotted at the 39-yard line. A loss of 2. Time winding down in the third quarter. Gabbard short drop. Chaston West on the reception. There's a flag on the play. Good throw by Blaine Gabbert. Chasten West, first-year man out of Fresno State, getting some playing time with the injuries.
Holding. Defense, number 31. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
I like the play design here. They're going to fake to Jones-Drew, and then Gabbert has been using the bubble screen out to the right-hand side, and now they have the bubble screen going out and the receiver Chasten West coming in underneath on the quick slant route. That's a nice play design, using the full game plan and putting 2 or 3 plays that look the same to the defense.
What exactly is a bubble screen?
It's where an inside receiver bubbles out to the outside, and normally the outside receiver makes the block on the corner.
No scoring in the third quarter. Jaguars lead it 28-14. Sam Rose and Chad Pennington here in Jacksonville, where the Jaguars have a 28-14 lead over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to start the fourth quarter. And the Jaguars with the ball. First down at their own 44-yard line. Blaine Gabbert is 15 for 26, 170 yards and 1 touchdown. And the big Maurice Jones-Drew down to the 42-yard line.
Jaguars using the zone blocking scheme. Watch the offensive line work in unison. And there Maurice Jones-Drew finds the hole. What's interesting about these running plays, Jacksonville is using a 2 tight end set. Dirk Cutter talked about the 2 tight end set keeps Tampa Bay from blitzing on first down. That's why they're using that personnel.
300th touch of the season for Maurice Jones-Drew. Came into the game leading the NFL in carries with 250. He's carried the ball 19 times in this game, plus a couple of catches, 1 for a touchdown. Jones-Drew with 18 carries. That should be 19 carries now.
In this fourth quarter, you're up by 14. The running game, hand the ball to the big man, the football playing machine. Let him do his magic and run this clock out.
19 carries, 69 yards now for Maurice Jones-Drew. No gain on the last play. That pass for Chasten West, or rather for Jared Dillard, is off his hands, incomplete. Bring up a 3rd and 10 for Blaine Gabbert. Gabbert had a slow start to the game, then really picked it up as things started to go the Jaguars' way in the second quarter.
And he's been decisive with his throws. His decision making has been crisp. You haven't seen much hesitancy at all, and that's the reason for his success.
One thing the guys around him say is, with all the criticism, and there has been criticism, timeout called by the Bucs, all the guys say he is our quarterback, and he will be our quarterback.
Today's game is sponsored by Nissan. Innovation for today, innovation for tomorrow, innovation for all. By Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. And by Sprint. All football, no limits. Only from Sprint.
Bucs used a timeout. They now have only 1 timeout remaining. Raheem Morris on the sideline. His team has nosedived and in trouble here. Down by 14. Gabbert works out of the shotgun on 3rd and 10. Takes a deep drop, throws the screen to Maurice Jones-Drew. He's got a first down. Keeps on going. Down to the 25-yard line. Get him the ball in space. He's trouble.
Perfect play call by Dirk Cutter. You're going to have pressure on the left-hand side. The screen goes out to the right-hand side, and Jones-Drew recognizes he needed a couple more yards for that first down. Wiggles out of that first tackle and gets the first down for the Jaguars.
4 catches, 36 yards for Maurice Jones-Drew. Plus 69 yards rushing. Another good afternoon of work. Dewan Harris has replaced Maurice Jones-Drew. Flag on the play.
DeJuan Harris on the carry.
Holding. Offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
His third holding penalty in the second half. He had 2 earlier that were declined. And the ball placed back to the 35-yard line.
I would imagine some of those holding penalties are probably against Albert Hainsworth. There's where Hainsworth comes in. He's such a big man to block, and he creates some havoc in there.
Brock Boland in the backfield now with Blaine Gabbert. Off the play fake. Gabbert throws short behind Boland coming out of the backfield. Time for another update. As always, we go to Kurt Menefee. Kurt.
Well, the Falcons were down 23-7 at Carolina, but they stormed back with 17 unanswered, capped off by the 17-yard score from that Ryan Julio Jones in Atlanta. In a game they need to keep playoff hopes churning, lead it 24-23 right now in the fourth quarter. Sam and Chad.
Big thanks, Kurt. Big comeback by Atlanta. They needed that as they battle to get a playoff spot in the NFC. So the race in the NFC South with New Orleans leading today at Tennessee. DeJuan Harris, a good run. Inside the 20, still on his feet. Wrestled down just short of the 10-yard line. Sean Jones took him down, but a good run by the rookie from Troy. 24 yards for DeJuan Harris.
And it's a simple toss crack play right here. The tackle's going to loop around, and you're going to have the toss crack play to DeJuan Harris. Dirk Cutter really likes this rookie. He has some shifts, had little moves in him, little quicks. Watch him work the perimeter of the defense and get the first down.
DeJuan Harris had carried the ball twice coming into today's game for 2 yards. That's a 24-yard run, a beauty. Maurice Jones-Drew back in, the ball down at the 11-yard line.
Delay of game. Offense, number 11. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Sets the Jaguars back to the 16. Mel Tucker. He's done a good job holding his team together and fighting through all the injuries and the adversity that they've faced. On 1st and 15, Gabbert gets time. Maurice Jones-Drew down the 5-yard line. His 5th catch of the game. Quincy Black took him down.
And there's learning on the job, Sam. There's improvement from Blaine Gabbert. He had the red zone interception, trying to force it into coverage to Mercedes Lewis. Right there, Tampa in a cover 2, dropping 7. Gabbert recognizes, I need to use my check down and move the chains.
2nd down and 5. The toss to Jones-Drew, cutting it back. And gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up half a yard. Maurice Jones-Drew, the recognized star of this team. The guy having a huge year, as they all point to, comes to work and leads by example.
He rushes the football, he catches the football, most importantly, he stands in there and pass pro and protects Blaine Gabbert.
Have to get to the 1-yard line for a first down. 3 wide receivers in, everybody out. Gabbert throws. Maurice Jones-Drew. He's in. Touchdown. His 3rd touchdown of the game. 2nd receiving touchdown. 1 rushing. Another great afternoon for Maurice Jones-Drew.
And this play marries the first touchdown by Maurice Jones-Drew. The first time he went to the flat, the second time he runs the angle route over the middle. It goes with the first touchdown pass. That's why this play was successful.
He's 5'7", 208. 3 guys hit him at the goal line. And he still got in.
That's right.
This game at one point was 14-0 in favor of Tampa Bay. The Jaguars now lead it 35-14. A lot of photographers at the game, some different guys. Oh, look who's here.
Uh-oh.
Santa. He won't be working for a couple of weeks, so he figured he'd come here and take some pictures.
I think he thinks he's in a disguise, but the red hat gives it away, don't you think?
You're right. 3 touchdowns in the game for Maurice Jones-Drew. The kickoff by Josh Scobie, a knee and no return for Michael Spurlock. The game totally turning around. The Jacksonville Jaguars making Santa happy.
This game is sponsored by UPS. Let UPS put the power of logistics to work for you.
Cloudy, misty, wet day here in Jacksonville. It's been a good day for the Jaguars, though. Now, can the Bucs do something? In a hurry, Josh Freeman gets time, fires, and a good grab by Desmond Briscoe. Up at the 28-yard line. Buccaneers, look at those turnovers. 5 against Tennessee, 5 against Carolina, and 6 today. They came into the game with 24 on the season, tied for 3rd most in the NFL.
Well, and you just don't give yourself a chance when you turn the ball over that many times. We can talk about all kinds of things, but when you turn the ball over, you have no shot.
Garrett Blunt had a shot of him on the sideline as they look to throw the ball and try to get back in this game. Again, Desmond Briscoe on the catch up at the 34, a first down.
Play before here, Sam, Josh Freeman looks like he takes another nice hit right there. The head and then the shoulder, you can tell the shoulder is going to bother him a little bit. There's still a little bit of pain, and he's trying to play through it.
That was Terrence Knighton, the defensive tackle, that took him down. Freeman sends everyone out, steps up, and completes it to Preston Parker. Parker up to the 48-yard line.
Pass complete to Preston Parker.
Hurry up offense for the Jaguars.
First down at the 48-yard line.
No huddle offense. Even though you're down 21 points, it's important for the offense to work through these things, try to be consistent, get some rhythm.
Freeman with time. He throws incomplete, trying to get it to Mike Williams. Josh Freeman had a fumble that was recovered for a touchdown by the Buccaneers, or excuse me, by the Jaguars. Nate Collins with that. A fumbled punt was recovered and brought in for a touchdown by Colin Clardy. 6 turnovers in the game, 2 interceptions, 4 fumbles for the Buccaneers. Freeman in trouble, and the ball's knocked loose again. Drew Coleman blitzing from the outside, knocked the ball loose, but it's recovered by the Bucs. Moses Madu.
Recovered by number 32, Moses Madu.
Young quarterback trying to understand, and he's going to have to learn the hard way when you're scrambling, when you've got your eyes down the field, 2 hands on the ball at all times. Especially in bad weather, you've got guys trying to strip the ball. That's what these defensive players are taught.
3rd and 11. 4-man rush. Freeman steps up, and he's running for it. He's bumped and shoved out of bounds at the 45-yard line, 3 yards short of the first down. But the Bucs will go for it here.
8 yards, 4th down and 3.
As they need to find a way into the end zone, get a score, and get the ball back in a hurry. The head coach, Raheem Morris, checking the clock. Here's 4th and 3 for the Bucs. 3 wide receivers. The tight end is Kellen Winslow on the right side. Freeman throwing, it's broken up, incomplete. Good job by Ashton Ubodi, who's made a couple of good plays in this game, including an interception. The Bucs, they have been stopped offensively since the first quarter. Blaine Gabbert had a rough start to the game, but he has had an overall a pretty good day. 2 touchdown passes, both to Maurice Jones-Drew. That's a career high of 2 receiving touchdowns in a game for Maurice Jones-Drew. And here he is carrying. And shoved back after a pickup of a couple on the play. Fox Tuesday, TV's best new comedy just keeps getting better. The smash hit New Girl, starring Zooey Deschanel, has its first Christmas together. Don't miss the comedy being hailed as the critics' new crush. Catch an all-new episode of New Girl this Tuesday after Glee on Fox. .72 yards rushing for Maurice Jones-Drew. 51 yards receiving. Gabbert with time and finds Mercedes Lewis wide open. And he's brought down inside the 40. Lewis, who had the big catch earlier in the game in the second quarter of 62 yards.
Mercedes Lewis right there. He's going to run the out route, puts his foot in the ground, runs the out route. And this is an unbelievable throw by Gabbert. This is what people are talking about. The ball just comes out of his hand nice and firm right to Mercedes Lewis. He's got great physical talent.
Gabbert showing the good arm. Mercedes Lewis, 2 catches, 77 yards. 62-yarder set up a touchdown. Touchdown run by Maurice Jones-Drew. Gets down to the 35-yard line. And a flag, late flag comes in. All right, what happened in the pile? Slowly getting up is Geno Hayes. Now there he is on his feet, wants to stay in the game.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Face mask penalty adds 15 yards to the run here.
Right there as he takes Jones-Drew to the ground, you see both hands are on the helmet. And these are the things that Raheem Morris is trying to correct with these young teams. Just because things are going bad, you can't turn a bad problem into something worse.
10 penalties in the game for the Buccaneers. 6 turnovers, 10 penalties. That's a losing formula. Maurice Jones-Drew inside the 20.
Jones-Drew on the carry.
And for a young guy like Gabbert, this may not seem like a crucial situation, but it's a good teaching situation for him. Learning how to run the 4-minute offense, running the play clock down all the way to 0 every time before you snap the football. The little things that winning teams do, the Rodgers, the Bradys, those type of guys, they do these things, and this is a good teaching point for him now.
He had a good second quarter against San Diego Monday night, and then the game got out of hand in favor of the Chargers. But here, after a slow start, he's come back strong, and you can see his confidence build throughout the game. That time there's a loss on the play.
And he had an opportunity, Sam, he had an opportunity early to go into the tank. He has 2 interceptions. They can barely even complete a football. The stats look horrible. The momentum's not there. But he stayed strong, and you could tell that when we talked to him on Friday. He has confidence. He knows he's making steady improvements. And like Dirk Cutter said, this guy was thrown into a situation he wasn't supposed to be in. This was going to be one of those years where he could sit back and watch. David Garrard gets let go. Luke McCown gets put on the bench there after the second game. He's thrown in the third game into the fire, and he's had to learn on the job.
There's 3rd and 10. The toss to Maurice Jones-Drew as they keep it on the ground. Broke a couple of tackles, and he turned a possible 4-yard loss into a 1-yard gain down to the 19-yard line. As the clock continues to run, And on 4th down, it looks like the offense will stay on the field rather than looking to put more points on the board with a 21-point lead, 3.5 minutes to go.
Well, you've got bad weather, you have rain. Bad things can happen with the snap, the hold. Let's just keep it in the offense's hands and then turn it over to the defense.
Out of the shotgun, Gabbert throwing. He's got a man wide open. The pass dropped. And a flag on the play. Kasim Osgood dropped the pass, but then he was hit by E.J. Biggers. It might have been hit on the defenseless receiver.
It could have been with some helmet contact there. That's probably what they're going to call.
31.
The rule on the field is that we have an incomplete pass, personal foul, hit on a defenseless receiver, defense, number 31. Half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
Biggers upset with a call. Let's take a look.
They set it up with the under route and then pump. Blaine Gabbert pumps the under route. He also does a really good job of getting the ball up and down before E.J. Biggers gets there.
Eligible receiver. Number 78 is eligible.
I don't know if I agree with that call.
Sam, I have a hard time with that because E.J. Biggers comes in low.
Number 78.
Kasim Osgood is coming down out of the air, back down into Kasim Osgood, into E.J. Biggers. It's one of those things. I know they're going to play the safety part of it for player safety, but it's just tough. I'm an offensive player. I'm a quarterback, but I don't understand how sometimes defensive players can play their position and be aggressive with those type of calls.
It's 1st and goal inside the 10. Maurice Jones-Drew gets inside the 5 and down just short of the goal line. He picked up 8 on the carry. The fans chanting Drew and maybe upset that they didn't give him a touchdown.
Here he is again, being able to break a tackle and squirt through.
Number 78 is an eligible receiver. Number 78 is eligible.
Cameron Bradfield, an offensive tackle, comes on as eligible. On the left side of the line, 2nd and goal. Power backfield. Gabbert puts it up and he threw it too high. He wanted to go to Mercedes Lewis and pass too high. May have slipped on that play. Lewis did, deep in the end zone.
3rd down and goal at the 1.
That's really good recognition by Blaine Gabbert. Mercedes Lewis was running a corner route, but Gabbert felt the linebacker running the corner route with Mercedes Lewis, so he tries to hold up Mercedes Lewis in the coverage, and with the back footing, it's just hard to stay up.
Greg Jones at fullback. Maurice Jones-Drew carries. And he is in. Touchdown. His 4th of the game. Career best for Maurice Jones-Drew. 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns, 4 in the game. And with every touchdown he adds to his franchise record, he now has 73 career touchdowns. And with the weather and the wind, the Jaguars are going to go for 2. 3 wide receivers. 1 Harris in the backfield. Takes the toss. Harris cutting back. Gets to the goal line, and it is no good. Did not get in. Did not get in.
Here's the touchdown, and goal line football is all about penetration. If the offensive line eliminates penetration, look at the gap there that Maurice Jones-Drew is able to shoot through, and even though the linebacker is there waiting on him, you're so close to the end zone, he can knife through there and still get that touchdown.
"41 unanswered points."
Jacksonville going for 2, going to use the toss crack sweep like they did earlier in the 4th quarter. Is really close, but I think his elbow came down before the ball crossed the goal line.
The most points that Jacksonville had scored in a game this season was 20. And they've got 41 today. A season high, 41 unanswered points after being down 14-0 in the first quarter.
And that's what's most impressive. They could have easily cashed it in. It was 14-0 early. Things weren't going well. The way they wanted to start the game certainly didn't happen that way. But they hung in there, and what we said early in the game, they must get big plays from all three phases. That's what they did in the second quarter, and that blew the game open.
Russell Allen is kicking off, so something must have happened to Josh Scobie. It's a short kick. It is caught and taken down at the 45-yard line.
I thought something would be wrong with Scobie because even though you have bad weather, I don't think you go for two on an extra point.
No, he's on the sideline. He's laughing at Russell Allen's kick, but something must have happened. We didn't get word.
I had flashbacks of Pee Wee football there with that kickoff. I went back to 5th grade.
Scobie kicked earlier in the game, but don't know if he pulled something, which would be par for the course for the Jaguars. They've had so many injuries this season.
And what does Mel Tucker say? Next man up.
That's
that even includes the kicker.
So the Bucs with the ball, 2.5 minutes to go. And Josh Johnson has come into the game replacing Josh Freeman. Josh Johnson, who started and played last week against Carolina. So the #1 quarterback gets time off. Johnson, a fourth-year man out of San Diego.
And if you're a Buccaneers fan, what you're seeing a young team that caught the breaks last year in 2010 and have caught no breaks this year.
Right. Down to the 2-minute warning. The Jacksonville Jaguars, 41 unanswered points, lead 41-14.
Today's game is sponsored by AT&T. Get it faster with 4G. Rethink pop.
This began as a game of two young teams trying to overcome adversity. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers got off to a great start, led 14-0 into the first quarter, and then the Jaguars came back and they've got another turnover. The interception by Kevin Rutland. The 7th turnover of the game, 3rd interception by the Jaguars.
Just a high throw by Josh Johnson. Gets the tip ball here on the under route, goes right to Kevin Rutland. And you have to give this Jaguars secondary a shout out today because they've responded. They played well. It hasn't been all cover 2 and zone schemes. They played well in man coverage. Nice job of bouncing back from the Monday night performance.
They were even in the turnover differential coming into the game, and now it's been quite a game for the Jaguars as they take the ball away 7 times. And now the clock will run out. Jaguars have to play for the 3rd time in 11 days on Thursday night in Atlanta. That's tough, but they'll be coming off Mel Tucker's first win as an NFL head coach.
And talking with Mel, you know he'll keep the same approach. He'll be soft-spoken like he always is, but he wants good practice tempo, wants attention to detail, love for each other. He's really preached that over the last week.
And for the young Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the improvement that Raheem Morris wanted to see hasn't been there. They continue to take penalties, 10 penalties in the game, and of course 7 turnovers really set his team back.
And what's most disheartening is they talked about getting off to a fast start, doing those little things, and they do that. And then it hit the fan, things didn't go their way, and they were unable to respond and bounce back from that adversity.
Uh-oh. Here comes the Gatorade celebration.
Watch out, Mel.
Watch out, Mel. We can't help you here. Oh, those big defensive linemen, Duzable and Knighton.
And this just shows you how important winning is in this league. You have a 3-9 team. They could downplay this win, but a huge win for the Jaguars.
They got him. There it is, Mel Tucker. Uh-oh, they got you, Mel. And the coaches congratulate one another. For Raheem Morris and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 7 consecutive losses as they have gone from 4-2 to 4-9. For Mel Tucker in his second game as the interim head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, an impressive win, 41-14. We'll be back in Jacksonville right after this.